Hello, all you tiny, beautiful people who live within the confines of my computer. My name's Finn, and today I don't really have a structure for this video. I had a video I was going to do earlier, but I'm not in a super jovial mood, and I feel like being kind of like having an attitude while talking about that would have felt disingenuous and kind of wrong. So I'm just going to wait and do that video whenever I feel better and whenever I can talk in a little bit more of like a positive note. So this video is just going to be me talking. It's just going to be me talking about whatever pops into my head for a while. For example, I am going to talk about work stuff for a period of this due to the fact that I've gotten a job recently. I've been there going into my third week. I got called in today, which is why I'm not in a great, mood, because I expected to be able to rest today, and now I'm not. But, point being, I got a job, and that's a good thing, and I want to talk about that for a bit, because I haven't had a chance to do that in a video, really, other than me stating, I have work tomorrow in a video, a week ago. I want to talk about my current job situation. I got the job on the 1st of March-ish. And I've been there since then. And so far, it's been pretty good. Minimum wage went up, so it's the most I've ever been paid, even though it's still the least they can legally do. I'm working enough hours to pay for the things that I need, but not so many hours that I'm not allowed to be a person, So that's good. The people there, for the most part, I don't have too much negative to say. There's a couple weirdos, there's a couple people who, you're not invited to my birthday party. But for the most part, I think it's good. I think the people there are nice. They're helpful for the most part. And the work itself isn't the hardest thing in the world, It's a convenience store. It's nothing crazy. It's fairly regular stuff. It's just the amount of the stuff that is, difficult is how much I'm doing. And it's been okay, It hasn't been fun by any means, but it's done what it needs to do. It's a job, right? It's paying my bills. But for the most part, I'm surviving it. I'll live, I think. Oh yeah? Are you screaming, buddy? Are you screaming? Oh, Butters. Might as well talk about cats now that I'm talking to one of the cats. Hi, Butters. Hi, Butters. Do you want up here? You want up here, honey? I need you to work with me here. You're a big girl. You're okay. You can't get up there because you'll mess with the buttons. There. You can be on camera, honey. This is Puddles. Or Puddles. But I referred to her as Puddish. Or Push. Pumpy. Puddles. She's Puddles. She's Puddles. She's Puddles. This is Puddles. She's a cat. She's a really good cat. She's really sweet. She's chunky. She's loving. Ow, she's tearing the skin off of my leg. Yeah, she's tearing all the skin off my leg. These creatures make me so happy. There's 10 of them. 7 inside and 3 outside. And I love them so much. Especially these 3 down here. The King, Puddus, and the Commodore. They're everything to me. I love these cats so very much. God, I love these things. When I'm in a bad mood, I can spend time with these little freaks. Give them love and affection. And I can go Whoa, you're gonna fall. Don't go that way. There's nothing over there, honey. You'll fall. I love petting them and pat-pat-patting them. And laying with them and cuddling up and taking naps. They're good for me. You know? When I'm frustrated, I just grab one and start squeezing it until its eyeballs pop out. Isn't that right, Puttas? They're good for me, I think. I think having cats has been very beneficial to me. Been very good for my mental, I think. Oh, where you going, honey? Where you going? Where you going? Huh? I think it's genuinely been really good for me to have these creatures in my life. Because they just kind of love, like no matter what, they're just kind of loving and caring and whatnot. I gotta cover up my nuggies because she's trying to crush my testicles. Yeah, she's trying to crush my testicles for some reason, and it hurts really bad. There you go. I think having cats has been really, really beneficial for me. It's been very helpful for me. Let me move this button, move the mouse away from the button because she's rubbing her face on the mouse pad. Overall, I think having cats has just been really, really good for me. It gives me, like, responsibilities, it's helped with emotional stuff, and just being able to squeeze one like a living stress toy. And they lick me. Isn't that right, Puttas? Yeah. You stay there, okay, Puzz? So I felt kind of good about having these. There's two more right over there. They might get on the bed. They might not. They might stay out of frame. Hi, Commodore. Hello, King. They're both on the floor currently. You can hear him messing with a box. I apologize that this video is kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. Moving on with something to talk about. Me and my girlfriend have been watching Breaking Bad, and it's been really good. And we're most of the way through the series. When we get to the end, I'll make a video again on it, and I'll talk about like my stuff, and then I'll also ask her a couple questions and get her opinions and stuff. But I've been loving doing that again. I fucking love Breaking Bad. I think it's so good, and being able to show it to people is so fun. And watching through it again, I'm noticing, like, little things that are good, like, early on in the show you're watching a piece, and, like, there's, like, because you know what comes later, it means more, and there's, like, little details you pick up on, and I think that's really cool. So I've been doing that. We've been watching it pretty much daily for a while now. And it's just been really fun. And it's been nice to have another person I can share, like, Breaking Bad memes and stuff with, and references. And it's been really good. She's so great for me, by the way. She doesn't watch all my videos, so there's a very tiny chance that she watches this one. But hi, I love you. I love that woman. She's so good for me, and good for my mental, and good for, like, me striving to be a better person and everything. So I adore her, and doing things with her is great, including, but not limited to, watching shows and stuff. Such as, we watched Stranger Things back in December, watched all of it and fucking loved it, and now getting to watch another thing with her has been really good. Got gunk in my eye. I apologize. So that's been really fun. Being able to experience that and share that with someone has been really good, I think. Sorry for that abrupt jump cut. I got cat hair in my mouth. I don't know how I got cat hair in my mouth, but I did. Oh, honey, don't do that. You're gonna make it sound like I'm killing you. I love you. Speaking of watching things with my girlfriend, last night we watched Zootopia 2. We watched the first one right before, like, literal seconds before we watched the second one, to, like, be caught up and remember all the stuff from it. Man, it wasn't very good. I think by itself it would have been fine. As a continuation of the first one, I think it fails. The continuity doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of the character decisions, mostly for Judy in the second one, don't fucking work. It's very weird. Visually a beautiful film. A lot of really good gags, a lot of really good visual comedy, small like pieces of storytelling. And it's beautiful to look at. But man, it feels so out of character for some of the people. And so out of left field in the direction that it goes, really. And the way that it treats Nick and Judy mostly. It just didn't feel right. It felt kind of weird. It very much felt like they were trying to make money and not make art. Which is, that sucks. What else have I been watching? Oh, I've gotten back into wrestling. I made a video a couple months ago about how I was getting out of wrestling. Damn, kitty. You okay? You alright, buddy? That was loud. Golly. I had stopped watching wrestling for a bit because I had just gotten so unhappy with watching it, between people online just being super negative about it all the time, and then like the tribalism between companies, and then all of the stuff with Saudi Arabia, and then them announcing that there would be a Saudi Arabian WrestleMania put me really far from the WWE and what they were doing. And then some booking decisions weren't very cool, and blah, 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 blah. But I was getting to a point where I wasn't enjoying watching wrestling. And I didn't know why until I picked up on it. And the issue was, I was watching Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, Collision. I was watching random dark matches. I was watching TNA highlights, Japan highlights, All Japan highlights. Well, I guess it's not called All Japan anymore, is it? Maybe it is. I don't remember. New Japan stuff, catching up on Stardom. So I was watching hours and hours and hours worth of wrestling content every single week, and I just so much hair, baby. I just wasn't enjoying it, and I think I wasn't watching it because I was enjoying it. I was watching it to know all of the information, because I kind of prided myself on how knowledgeable I was on wrestling. Did you get your tail out of my face, hon? What are you doing up there? There's not even room for you. And it got to the point where I was like not enjoying it because I was just watching it to know. I was just watching it to learn more and more about wrestling, but it didn't feel fun. It didn't feel like education that was like cool or anything. I was just watching so I would know everything and like I wouldn't fall behind. What are you doing behind there, hon? And it was not good for me. It wasn't good for my enjoyment of wrestling, and it really wasn't good for my enjoyment of like the like specific companies or wrestlers that I liked. Hi, hon. And I took a break in late August. I stopped watching entirely. I didn't watch it all. And then I didn't watch in September. And then I didn't watch in October. And then I didn't watch in November. And then in December, I watched John Cena's retirement show, kind of just because he was retiring, but I didn't actually like watch much. I just kind of watched like highlights on Reddit and YouTube. And then in January, the Rumble came around, Royal Rumble, which is kind of like the go-to thing for like wrestling fans. Like Rumble season, it's like Rumble to Mania is typically a really good time to be watching. And I watched the Rumble. And the matches were good, but I didn't like the winner of the men's rumble. But overall, it was fun. It worked. It fine. Whatever. And then I started watching highlights. I stopped watching every single hour of content that every single fucking company posted. And to this day now, 2 months following that, I don't watch just shitloads of hours worth of wrestling. I catch highlights of Raw, highlights of SmackDown. I'll catch highlights of Dynamite, and that's about it. I watch pay-per-views whenever they happen, but it's pay-per-views and highlights, and that's about it. And I love wrestling. I always have, and I love it again. But I was so caught up in watching so much of it every single fucking day that I wasn't enjoying what I was watching so much that I wasn't watching like the quality stuff. I was just watching so much. You beating the hell out of that toy, huh, buddy? But it's been good for me to slowly get back into it. And I've spent a lot of the time that I'm like, oh, I want to do wrestling stuff right now. Instead of going and watching hours worth of content, I play the game. I play 2K24. I don't have 5 or 6 because I don't feel like forking over $80 fucking for the same game again. But I've been playing 2K24 and I'm in a universe mode. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've had a lot of fun with my universe mode. I've always been super into universe modes, so it's been good to do that again. And without any, like, weird needs to like, oh, well, I mean, I have to watch this and this and that. It just feels nice to watch what I want and then skip the shit I don't, right? Like, I don't know the name of these two wrestlers. I don't feel like learning right now. I just want to watch MJF and fucking Hangman. Or, oh, I just want to watch Randy Orton's match. Or, I'm not super interested in Akira Tozawa versus JD McDonough. I'll fucking just wait and watch the CM Punk match. And that's no disrespect to, like, a JD McDonough, who I think is tremendous. Or an Akira Tozawa, who I love. I just don't feel the need to put that much time into wrestling every single week. So I've just been, like, slowly getting back into it, trying to limit myself and not push myself to pay so close attention to it and get myself, like, negative about it again. So that's been good. That's been good for me, and I've very much loved it, that, like, time that I've put with it. Yeah, so there's that. I am happy to be getting back into that. And I may or may not make wrestling content again on this channel. If so, it'll probably be a bit. I don't expect myself to do that again. Not right now. I had 2 videos planned to make today, and then I wasn't home. The first was I was going to make a video, which I will make sometime next week. It won't be the Friday upload, because it shouldn't take up that spot, but I'll post it. It'll be about some charities that I want to shout out. Because I like doing those. I've done a couple of those videos before. And I was going to do that now, but I'm in, like, a very shitty mood, I guess. And it feels wrong to be like, oh, charity, while I'm, like, being bitchy, you know? It feels disingenuous, it feels wrong, it feels disrespectful of whatever the charities want to help. But that video will be coming next week at some point. And then the other thing is I've been doing the Spider-Man pitches for, I don't know, 4 months now. And I'm going to continue to do those. But I was like, I want to start doing pitches for other things as well, to kind of, like, split it up, as to not oversaturate the idea of, like, a Spider-Man thing. Like, I have an idea for a Hulk thing I want to pitch. I have an idea for a Batman thing. I have a couple more that I've got stored in the old noggin. So I want to get to doing those. So next Friday's upload will probably be one of those. And then the charity video will come out probably that Wednesday. Maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. I don't know. But at some point. And then that's about that. Yeah. Thank you, the king. I love you. Little freak. We are at 920 subs as I record this. We are pushing to that 1,000 goal. If you're new here, help me get there. If you've been here a while, thank you so very much for your time. If you're interested in communicating with me, like-minded individuals, and friends of the channel, there's a link in the description for Discord. There's a community Discord where there's 30 or so of us. It's not the biggest thing in the world. There's not a whole lot of people. There's not a whole lot of people that are in there super often, but feel free to come over and join us, have some chats. That's about it. I appreciate you guys so much. I would like to thank you for your time, for your support, for any efforts you've helped with, for any comments, any likes, any subs, whatever it could be. I just want to thank you. You guys mean the world to me, and I love doing this. And I hope and will try to give you guys more and more as time goes by and be able to make more things for you. I just want to thank you. So I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.